Okay, here we have Rosie. She is a level 1 puppy, and this is her first video on her first week of work. And as you can tell, Rosie's adorable and she's extremely intelligent. So we're going to start out with just a gentle recall here. And I also have her sister Josie. I just wanted to see how Rosie would react to working with her sister, adding in that distraction in a very early level, which most puppies would really struggle with. But actually both these girls are doing really well. You can see Rosie is just interested in what I would like for her to do, and Josie is actually quite polite and waiting for her turn as well. So they're both doing really nicely, but Rosie is highly food motivated, where Josie, we're taking a little more time on that. So I'm just going to pick Josie up and hang on to her while I continue to work her sister for just a minute. Again, I just want to see if Rosie can continue to focus even with her sister just kind of like hanging out there like a little rag doll. But you can tell that she is. Her tail's wagging. She's curious about what's going on and very focused, especially for this age. She watches me and really is actively working, which is really impressive. So we're going to go to a down here, and we're going to try this stay. Now, I did not expect for her to complete this entire stay because I'm actually going outside, almost out of her vision, and then coming back in. And you can see her watch me as I come back in. You might be able to hear the audio on the door close. For her to hold that stay as confidently as she does is extremely impressive, and she gets a large treat reward, verbal praise, and physical praise for that one. That was just amazing, especially for week 1. So Rosie is really a unique pup, really happy to work. You can see that tail's just going, and I gave her the free command here. We're going to do touch. Very nice. We just learned that yesterday, so that was fantastic. And again, just continuing to move around a little bit. We're going to go into the down. Very good. Very focused down. Now in just a minute I'm going to ask her a verbal down, and you can see that she's going to get frustrated with what I'm asking of her because she's not really sure, because the physical down and the verbal only down are different, and that is a different level. So as we're advancing into that higher level, I'm going to change it from the physical to the verbals only, and this is where I'm asking her. You can see she's frustrated. She says, "What do you want from me? I don't get it." But I'm having patience, and we're only having the no verbals because she's not performing, and there she goes. Perfect. That was amazing. Really great work for a level 1 puppy, first week's worth. I mean, she's really only had about 5 days worth of training, and that was just fantastic. So at the end of the session, we're going to have a little bit of playtime. Because Rosie is extremely food driven, I want to make sure that her other drives are also very high, and that includes play drive and praise drive. Play drive is, of course, when we're rewarding with toys, or they're working for toys. And praise drive is, of course, whenever we're petting, giving affection, and that sort of thing, which she's extremely happy to work for. So here we're building up that play drive just a little bit. I'm going to try a recall in just a moment, and she's not going to respond the first time, but she is going to respond the second. And I'm going to point out when I do it, because you're going to see a change in her. Right there is a recall, and she ignores it, so we're going to try it again. Wait until she's a little more focused and come off of it. Perfect. And I tell her, "Oh, you forgot the toy," but that's okay because that's next week's work. We're going to be working on some retrieving. So we're going to remove the play stuff and just give her a little bit of love and cuddles. Rosie and her sister Josie are both affectionate as just craziness. She just loves affection. So we just give that to them lots and lots, and they're both just doing wonderfully within their first week of level 1 work. I'm excited to see how they do next week and think that these two pups are just going to be phenomenal for their forever families.